Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and this is the official post-fight review for not a boxing match, okay, not a boxing match, but Cris Cyborg versus Holly Holm. There's no more fights going on this year. Had nothing else to do, so I figured why not make a video about this big fight that was happening. I actually do like Holly Holm, and I did make a post-fight video about Holly Holm when she beat Ronda Rousey because I was very happy that hype job Ronda Rousey got exposed, but um she fought Cyborg tonight, man. And Cris Cyborg, you know, first of all, we'll start it off like this. Holly Holm, obviously, very well decorated women's boxer, made some noise in the UFC. Cris Cyborg, probably the most ducked and avoided fighter in the UFC, from what I understand. And she's been sparring with Clarissa Shields, so she's been getting that good work. And I gotta say, man, I was watching the fight, and I've only seen a handful of Cyborg. Like, I'm not a big, like most of you guys, I'm not a big UFC guy, but I've only seen a handful of Cyborg. Never really watched an entire fight. I'm trying to finish. I've just seen clips, but man, she's like literally the best way to describe Cyborg for me would be like she's like the Gennady Golovkin of like freaking women's MMA. Like the way she just like stalks her opponent around the ring and tries to cut the distance, and then she be landing like these right hands to the dome like Golovkin. She just reminds me of Gennady the way she fights. And the fight was good. Holly Holm early on, I thought she started off decent, landing some sharp punches down the middle. Holly Holm was able to uh, make her bleed early on, and she was sharp early on, and she held her own in the clinches, which I thought was surprising because Cyborg is so strong. But she showed her mettle tonight with how much she was able to hold Cyborg in them clinches. So much respect and much props to Holly Holm. First person to take her past 5 rounds, or 5 rounds, I should say, and that's no small accomplishment because Cyborg is such a destructive force. But in the end, as the fight happened, they say class tells overtime. The bigger, stronger woman won, and not even just that, like just she was just a sharper fighter in there. Like she was parrying punches, slipping them, landing short like compact punches. Like Cris Cyborg was in control, and she won every round pretty much, just according to the, I guess, CompuBox, whatever they use for UFC. She had landed the more strikes or whatever it is. So, bit bummed out because I wanted to see Holly Holm win. Not that I really care, but I would have rather seen Holly Holm win just because she beat Ronda Rousey and she's the great boxer. But much respect to Cyborg. I know she's talked about wanting to come to boxing, and she's gotten one with Clarissa Shields, and it shows. It shows to fight someone like Holly Holm, who is just such a world class pugilist, boxer, and look as good as she did, in the pocket, on the outside, mid range, just all around the board. I thought she looked pretty good against Holly Holm. And for Holly, I believe this is her 4th loss in her last 5 fights since defeating Ronda Rousey. And I think she's 36 years old. She's like the oldest. She was the oldest fighter that fought on tonight's UFC card. I think it'll be time for her to hang it up. She could be, and if she does, she could be happy with the legacy she left in the sport. Being a great women's boxer, world champion women's boxer, beating her, being the first woman to take the great Cris Cyborg, 5 rounds. So she's carved herself out quite a nice legacy. And yeah, man. So that's the news, man. Like Cris Cyborg goes in there. Puts on a good performance, gets a clear victory against Holly Holm, and she'll be looking for bigger and better things. Maybe move up to I believe 145 or whatever it was. And if not that, then who knows? Maybe she comes to boxing herself. But just want to give my little thoughts on that. I thought Holly Holm held her own despite the fact that she was the smaller, older fighter. So much respect to Holly Holm. Much respect to Cyborg, who honestly, I mean, the way she punches and the way like she sounds, I'm not, no disrespect, but I think she's a man sometimes. Like she is a beast. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I always say, man, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.